Good afternoon, everybody. It is a Tabak and Tech Tip Saturday. Yes, it is Saturday. We missed last week. We were just slam packed from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at night, running some wire on the addition, buttoning up a couple of things because they're actually out there right now doing all the drywall. A little irritated about the drywall. Wait till I see you'll see a video, and it is what it is. Today's I literally just got home from work, by the way. Today's tech tip. I don't know everything. I don't claim to. If I don't know something, I'll try my best to research it, but like on my spare time, which we do a lot. So there's some issues, like I said, going on with crankcase filters on diesels. I saw a couple of TikTok videos on how to diagnose that without a bunch of equipment, and I'm like, that's actually really easy. So me and a couple of the other techs, in our own time, we've been, and it come down, someone asked us to replace one. We're like, be honest with you, we're not diesel guys. We've never replaced one. So we started looking into it, and we're actually doing some of our own research online, watching YouTube videos, looking at trade magazines, because we don't want to just delve into it on a customer's vehicle. So we're like I said, we learn, and that's what a good technician does. So Jessica, her sunroof is leaking on her terrain Denali. And this goes into a story which we've had before. So I don't work on sunroofs. We don't work on like interiors of vehicles because like information is really hard to come by on our end. Getting into tearing apart like headliners, like my R&R headliner is gently pop it down, remove it. That's not an R&R. So outside vehicles, that's what we specialize in. We do have techs that love doing interior work that can do it. And if one is in our area that we know, we'll send them that way. So Jessica's like, I don't understand. Why can't you just fix it? Well, I don't know what's wrong with it. So we've had this happen in the past. Customers have asked us to work outside of our comfort zone, and then get irritated when we have to charge them and then not fix something. We've had it happen, good customers, like we really don't work on that. Like we don't know. And then, well, can you guys just please look at it? And like, okay, we got to charge you. It's a diagnosis. If my guys or me, we're going to be delving into a job for an hour and a half. Even if it's a learning job, I still have to get paid. I kind of don't want to take this job, but if you're willing to pay, I will look into it. And then you get into it and like, oh, requires a special tool. Or, hey, I've only gotten so far. Of course, the wind kicks up. Hopefully you can't hear that. Or I only got so far and I don't have any more information. I exhausted all of my research. Which starts off on, we have a really good software program, and then we go to some of the forums, online. Those guys have figured out some of this stuff. We go to YouTube. We try and figure this out. If we don't have information on it, this is a digital age. We can figure stuff out. Her sunroof, locked up, like no information. I'm 2 hours into this thing, and several videos on vehicles similar to hers in the GM lineup, and it doesn't have like these adjusters. And I'm in my my Snap-on scanner trying to do a reset. That's not, so I gave up. After 2 hours, it's like, what? I'm calling it done. And if that was a customer and we had to charge them $150 for diagnostic charges, and we didn't do anything, we didn't fix anything, they get irritated. And that sucks because we have to tell the customer that I can't fix it. I don't know how. Back up that claim with, remember at the beginning, I told you I'd never worked on a sunroof before. I don't know how they work. And you said, please just look at it. You're my guy. Your guy failed. Now, like I said, in my situation, like I don't know of any other shop that works on sunroofs. I Googled it and I found a shop probably a half hour away. That's all they do is sunroofs. I'm just going to go take it to that guy and be like, hey, I have a sunroof. Please fix it. If a really good customer of ours, we had looked that up ahead of time. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, I know you've been coming here for years. It's not something I do. You know, let me do some research for you. We'll call around. And we've done that. Call around to a couple of those shops. You know, we've got a lot of mom and pop shops in our area. And we have no problem calling around. Hey, do you guys work on, you know, and they'll be like, oh, no, we don't. But we know who does. Send them over here. Ask for Johnny. You know, Johnny will take care of that. Even though the shop doesn't do that, Johnny does that. I mean, we had a shop. It's probably about an hour away from us. One of the few shops, and the guy doesn't work for us anymore. Great guy, diesel guy, and did everything. And it was just great being able to send the diesel guys, because once you get a good diesel guy, like I said, diesel guys will drive 2 hours, 3 hours to get a good diesel guy. So we were able to send guys up to him. We've got luckily my boy Jimmy's coming back to work for the company. Left for a little bit, realized how great Tires Plus actually is. A wiring guru. I mean, the man can trace a wiring diagram. It's sick what he can do. It's awesome. Now he'll be back with our company, not too far away, 30 minutes from my store. So I'll be able to send stuff up to him. People send tires and balance and drivability issues down to me. I'm you know, even I'm an ASE certified technician, but I take pride in, you know, I started in this industry doing tires as a tire jockey essentially, and I never gave up on that. I love figuring out tires, vibration issues on cars. A lot of other shops, like I said, they'll send them down to me for me to look at. So we all have our specialties. So if you got something weird, and this is probably going to irritate some salesmen out there, might actually just irritate my company as well. What you're going to want to do is bring in about a half a dozen donuts and don't go in the front. Go in the back shop. Look for like the grizzled old guy, kind of like me, and especially if you're a good customer. Like I said, we all have the, hey, how's it going, Jim? You know, whatever, you know, how you doing today? And then you know, or if you're not aware of the shop, say, hey, you guys happen to work on sunroofs? I've got one that, you know, and then if they're like, yeah, you know, we've looked at them before, we can write you up. Because, like, the guys up front, you know, the salesmen, you know, the sales associates, I hate calling them salesmen because it gets such a bad connotation, but those are our tire experts, tire associates, tire and whatever. They're salesmen. And saleswomen, salespeople, people. They don't always know what the technicians, like, what we know. Like, so, like, there could be a guy in the back that, you know, yeah, we don't work on sunroofs at our shop, but he knows all about sunroofs because he used to work at a place and he's installed them, you know. So if you go up there, you know, be like, yeah, man, sorry, we don't work on sunroofs, not knowing the guy in the back probably do it that way. If you go in the back, maybe there's some donuts or whatever, like, hey, you guys work on sunroofs? You know, like, oh, we don't, but, you know, like I said, Jim over here, yeah, he used to work at a place, do sunroofs all the time, or whatever it is. So sometimes you gotta bypass the people up front and come see the people on the back here, because if we aren't capable of doing, or we don't have that knowledge, like I said earlier, we might know of another shop. You know, it's like, oh, hey, yeah, my buddy, you know, Jimmy, you know, over here, he can take care of that for you. You know, I've known Jimmy 20 years, good technician. Whether he works for our company, another company, go over and see him. You know, because you know, some people don't like recommending other shops. Like, oh, you're just giving away business to another shop. That customer's going to be happy. You know, oh, hey, you know, they couldn't take care of me. They sent me to the right shop. You know, when something breaks in the next time, they're not going back to that other shop. They're going to come back and see you. They appreciate what you did. So at the end of the day, this is a long video. I just got off work. Did I mention at the beginning this was a Tabak, Drew Estate Tabak? Thanks, Drew Estate. We don't know everything. We don't know everything. We try, but we don't. All right, cats and kittens, we'll see you next week for another Tabak and Tech Tip day.